And how's it going, everybody? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news, and today we're talking about something super interesting, a little bit of Bethesda conspiracy, because I might be on a trail to a secret and hidden Bethesda Game Studios development studio down in Texas. And no, I'm not talking about BGS Austin, I'm not talking about BGS Dallas, I'm talking about something more than 2 hours away from two of these studios, and something that I accidentally found in a video that I uploaded yesterday. Now, as always, I'm gonna record my screen, that way you can see that my bullshit capacity meter is always running at 0%, and that way you can look up this information for yourself. And we're gonna start our journey right here, and this is, like I said, somewhat of a continuation for my video uploaded yesterday. Yesterday, I talked about a physics programmer job for Bethesda Game Studios that was posted on LinkedIn in Maryland in their main studio, and I stumbled across this Bethesda Game Studios physics programmer job in Hunt, Texas. And I looked up how far Hunt, Texas was from Austin. It's more than 2 hours away. I looked up how far Hunt, Texas was from Dallas, and it's more than 4 hours away. So unless Bethesda Game Studios has some kind of hidden studio in Hunt, Texas, or unless this is some kind of error and multiple job listing websites, Glassdoor, LinkedIn, and a few others have all accidentally put Hunt, Texas instead of Hunt Valley, Maryland, where ZeniMax Online Studios is located, then I don't know what to say. But like I said, I did look into this more, and there are actually a lot of job listings for both Bethesda Game Studios and ZeniMax Online Studios in Hunt, Texas. And I think this is super interesting because last year I found a few job listings stating that ZeniMax Online Studios was actually in the early development stages for a next-gen, open-world, massive online multiplayer game. So I wonder if this is linked to that, or I wonder, like I said, if this studio just doesn't exist. But if that's the case, that's weird because multiple job listing websites, major ones, have all made an error. And that doesn't seem like it's plausible, but at the same time, Bethesda having something going down in Hunt, Texas also doesn't seem plausible. And I've looked into Hunt, Texas, but before I get into that, let's look at these actual job listings. We have the Bethesda Game Studios physics programmer job listing, which I kind of talked about yesterday, except this job listing was also in Bethesda, Maryland, which is where their main development studio is. But like I said, the physics programmer works with the game engine, works with animations, and works with game physics. That's kind of a no-brainer there. Next, we have the ZeniMax Online Studios Senior Tools Programmer. This job listing is actually expiring soon, but unlike the previous one, it is still active, which means you can apply, and maybe you might find out what the heck is going on here in Hunt, Texas, because this is so confusing. And if you look at the job description, it does say the division you'll be working for is the main department located in Hunt Valley, Maryland, but that, like I said, is where ZeniMax Online Studios is located. If we look at ZeniMax actual job listings website here, you can see that Bethesda Game Studios has an office in Dallas, so does id Studios, they have one in Austin, and Bethesda has one in Montreal, as well as Maryland, where their main office is located. And then, if we look down here, ZeniMax Online is in Hunt Valley, Maryland, which could be where all this confusion is coming from, because if that's the case, that means Glassdoor, that means LinkedIn, that means almost every major job listing website has accidentally put Hunt, Texas instead of Hunt Valley. But that still wouldn't make sense because there's a job listing for Bethesda Game Studios in Hunt, Texas as well, and Bethesda Game Studios has nothing to do with anything with the word Hunt in it. So this is quite the situation here. This is some flat earth stuff, guys. I don't know what is going on, but we're gonna keep looking into this because there were more job listings here. We have this associate gameplay programmer, which also is an expired job listing in Hunt, Texas. You have to kind of do a lot of digging to find these job listings because when they're expired, they're more or less taken down, but I was able to dig up code to find this. And then look this up right here. We have general application for something related to some ZeniMax Online Studios game, and if we look at the description, it doesn't tell you anything, but one interesting thing is it does tell you that the actual application process doesn't take place in ZeniMax at all. In fact, you get hired through a third-party agency of some kind, so I wonder what the heck is exactly going on. Is this job temporary? It does say full-time, so I don't know how that works. Maybe they're setting up a temporary studio, and then from there they're gonna take the people after their job is done in this temporary studio and place them in more permanent positions in more actual permanent established studios, such as Bethesda, Maryland, or id Studios, or something like that. Or maybe Bethesda Game Studios and ZeniMax Online Studios are coming together to work on yet another massive multiplayer online game, kind of like how Bethesda loosely helped with the development of Elder Scrolls Online, because in case you don't know, Elder Scrolls Online was not made by Bethesda Game Studios, it was made by ZeniMax Online Studios. Job listings from ZeniMax Online Studios last year stating that they are working on a next-gen open-world massive online game also kind of correlates with this theory. This is really crazy, so it comes down to one or two things. Either there is something going down in Hunt, Texas with Bethesda Game Studios and ZeniMax Online Studios, or every single major job listing website accidentally put this job as Hunt, Texas instead of Hunt Valley, Maryland, which still doesn't make sense because there's actual active job listings still going down for this Hunt, Texas thing. Now let's go another step further into this situation because I looked up what Hunt, Texas is because it hasn't rung any bells to me. I know what Dallas is, I know what Austin is, but I don't know what Hunt, Texas is, so let's check that out. Looks like Hunt, Texas is very beautiful. I would love to see a game in something like this. In fact, I would love to see Elder Scrolls 6 take place in Hunt, Texas. I mean something that looks like Hunt, Texas. I don't want Elder Scrolls to take place. No offense to Texas, you guys just don't have enough Khajiit down there for me. So yeah, this is Hunt, Texas. It looks like a pretty beautiful place, but it's not very large. In fact, if you look up the map of this place, this is it. It looks like kind of a country town. The population is less than 80,000, and they don't have too much here, but 80,000 does seem kind of large for a very rural area. And if we look up Hunt, Texas even more, what Hunt, Texas pretty much is a area people go to just to enjoy the beauty. People go here to enjoy its beauty, and then there is also apparently a rodeo and a hoedown, but I'm sure more people go there for the beauty. So if Bethesda Game Studios is doing something in Hunt, Texas, it would mostly have to be related to the actual aesthetic of this place, to the nature, to enjoy the beautiful vistas and the scenery, and mainly be inspired to create something for the next generation of gaming. Now, whether this is something that both Bethesda Game Studios and ZeniMax Online Studios are working on together, or maybe Bethesda Game Studios is working on their own thing, ZeniMax Online Studios is working on their own thing, and it just happened to be going to this place at the same time just to get their own individual perspectives. Either way, this is very strange. I don't know exactly how to take this, but before we close the video out, I'll give you the TLDR real quick again and give you my thoughts on this. What's going down is there is some sort of major hiring spree for ZeniMax Online Studios and Bethesda Game Studios in Hunt, Texas, which is far away from any other studio that ZeniMax has there. Hunt, Texas is a small town known only for its beauty, so if something is going down with Bethesda Game Studios and ZeniMax Online Studios, if they are making a game, they're going to Hunt, Texas to be inspired by nature and a scenery, which is something to keep in mind, especially when you're thinking about Elder Scrolls 6. Or this whole situation could just be some kind of huge oversight on almost every job listing website out there, and they meant to put the job as being in Hunt Valley, Maryland, and not Hunt, Texas, which doesn't seem likely, but either way, neither one of these seem likely. I'm not sure what I think about this, guys. I can't give you an exact opinion, which is strange because I always can narrow these things down. I like to be hyped and say something's going on there because especially when I look at this picture again, it just looks so beautiful. It looks like something I would love to see in Elder Scrolls 6, but then again, I kind of am also leaning towards the fence that this could just be some kind of stupid error. Maybe LinkedIn or Glassdoor or one of these major job listing websites posted this job listing first, accidentally put Hunt, Texas, and other job listing websites followed, or maybe the person that just uploaded this job listing to these websites accidentally themselves put Hunt, Texas instead of Hunt Valley, Maryland. So this could be an error that Bethesda did themselves and not just these job listing websites. But either way, we still have an active job listing going down in Hunt, Texas, so if this was an error, you think that this job listing would be taken down, which is really strange. It's been posted 7 days ago. All these other ones have expired, meaning they've either been taken down manually or they've actually had the amount of applicants they're looking for apply. But nonetheless, this job is still here, which in my opinion, again, pushes me back towards the possibility that this is something going down, something secret. And if there is something going down, I don't think there is a new development studio, at least not a permanent one in Hunt, Texas. Maybe kind of like a temporary thing, like a research and development station, so Bethesda can get a good idea of what they need to gather from being in this area. But either way, what I want to know is, what do you think about all of this? Let me know down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the internet and may be featured in a future video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay in the know when it comes to gaming news. Follow me on Twitter for the latest channel updates and random shit about me. Check me out on Twitch, where I am a Twitch affiliate. Come over to the channel Discord chat room, where there is always an awesome and active conversation taking place. And if you want to have your hand in providing future content and protecting the channel from bullshit video takedowns, then consider subscribing to the community on Patreon, where you can earn unique and awesome awards and also get access to a soon up and coming monthly podcast where I allow you guys to call in to the channel, and I'll put this video up afterwards for everybody to see. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when I put up a job listing for someone who lives in Jamaica, because I need someone local to Jamaica to help me dig into Bethesda Game Studios and just gaming in general. Their trademark system there is a little different than it is here in the United States, and I could get access to some awesome things. So if you're this person, if you're a citizen in Jamaica and you want to help Skullzi out, hit me up.
Bye, have a great time.